What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm going to talk about staying focused and making necessary sacrifices in order for you to get the things you want out of life, right? So let's get to it. So um without a doubt, um let's say that the average person, they're not born wealthy, they're not born financially free, right? My definition of rich and being wealthy is being financially free, meaning you could do whatever you want whenever you want on your own terms. Not living off your family, maybe, but more so having your own money to where you could do whatever you want whenever you want. Now, there are certain people who actually have the capability of doing that, but to like that to that extent, I feel like usually these are people who are like celebrities or people that were born into very Masonic, evil ass bloodlines, and they're able to do this shit they want to do due to the type of shit they be doing behind closed doors that are evil. While on the other hand, you have other YouTubers who have so many subscribers, they can make a living. They ain't got to work for a job or anything like that. They're making income off of YouTube, right? There are people like that. But it's crazy how much like the government or like the Masons and the people in power and the Illuminati, they control the whole like internet system. They control the money system. So they can easily, so the same person who's making a living off of YouTube, these Masons and Illuminati, these people in power, they could shut that shit down, and these people won't make a living off of YouTube no more. You know what I'm saying? And I understand people may say that's why you got to invest your money into the stock market or cryptocurrency, which is fine, but they can shut that shit down too. So they have power. So life is just a game. This is like when Chauncey once said, like, life is like a Monopoly game, and he's right. It is like a Monopoly game. These Masons, they control the money system, they control the internet and all this shit. And I'm not saying that out of fear, but and not only that, but like he said also, he said like they they're the ones that made up cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and the stock market and investments like that. If they never created that shit, these people would have never know how to do that or how to even play the game. You know what I'm saying? So everything is ruled by them. Everything is a huge ass monopoly game. Everything is controlled. But again, I'm not saying that shit to, so pretty much everything's bullshit. But I'm not saying that. I mean, so what I mean that this whole world is a fake ass fucking game. It's a fucking game. Doesn't require talent or skill. All it requires is for you to understand how to play this game. That's it. Just like with a Monopoly, it doesn't require skill or talent. If you know about Monopoly, if you take time to actually study and learn about it, then you will be successful in playing the Monopoly. It's no different than the game of life when it comes to finances, when it comes to investments and stuff like that. But also believe there's a spiritual side to it because it gets complex. Because some people have a lot of karma and a lot of blockages to where they can't manifest money like that. Some people are born into generational curses, so where they're experiencing a lot of financial curses. So it gets deep. But whatever. But this video is not about that. This video is more so to make you be aware. But like I said, because on Twitter, someone tweeted that like I forgot the exact words, but she mentioned that like when she was 19, what she realized was that like I think her parents told her that like, or how she observed life at a young age was that like people, they're doing things they don't want to do, and they're, in order for them to survive, like working a typical 9 to 5, and they don't like what they do just so they can survive, right? And she mentioned that the importance of doing something you actually love, so your spirit won't die, so your spirit won't slowly become depressed, right? Which I understand what she's coming from, and she made a good point, but it made me think, and like, but how I look at it, at least for me, you watching this, you don't have to agree with me, but I understand where she's coming from. Like, do what you love, don't do things you don't want to do. But how I look at it is this: 99% of the world, a lot of people in this world, they're forced to do shit they don't want to do just so they can make money. And why do they want money? Is because they could have their own place, their own car, and financial freedom to where they could do whatever they want in their own terms. Everyone wants that. Part of life, in my definition of life, and everyone could agree, is that like being free, meaning you're not forced to do things you don't want to do out of obligation. A lot of people do things out of obligation. It's not their fault. It's because we live in a society where everything is restricted and everything is controlled, and we live in a corrupt world. The things that will make me happy in life is having a vehicle. The reason why I like having a vehicle is because I could travel from point A to point B, and I could go wherever I want. Not obviously to a certain extent because of gas money, and I got to use cars, so mileage plays a role because my car has high mileage, and I always got to put gas, and it takes a toll on my money because gas always runs out quick. Fuel runs out quick, and then you got to maintain your car, and that costs money and stuff like that. So, but you get what I'm saying. Having a decent vehicle that's durable, that would expand your horizons. It will open a lot of doors for you when it comes to work opportunities, when it comes to money situations, when it comes to meeting different types of people, when it comes to traveling and being around different types of social gatherings and certain types of social events. That's the value of a car. But and also having your own place. You want your own place. You want your own shelter, so you can have your own privacy, so you could have time for yourself, so you could, I don't know, so you can enjoy yourself, so you can do some shadow work behind closed doors, so you could like just enjoy life and enjoy yourself, so you can sleep peacefully instead of having to living with people who are narcissistic, or like hear stories of people that are forced to be stuck in these homes with narcissistic family members or people, and they're always abusing them, and they can't get out of their situation because of finances, right? I've experienced that myself and other people. So you see what I'm getting at. Most people, that will make them feel in their life is financial freedom. And with them having a durable vehicle, their own shelter, their own house. And honestly, that's pretty much it. Your own house, financial freedom, and your own car. That's it. And obviously a gym, but you could, with financial freedom, you could get a membership. So you see what I'm getting at. A lot of people in this world, 90% of people, at least in America, I'm not talking about third world countries. That is different. I'm talking about in America. They forced to do things they don't want to do because they want to become financially free. Now, don't get me wrong. There are pros and cons to working at a job. Some people just love to work. Everyone's different. Everyone is unique. Everyone's born with different talents and gifts. So some people love working. Some people actually love what they do with these 9 to 5s and these work situations, which is good. In my opinion, I mentioned this in my old videos. It is a blessing if you love what you do. If you're working, it is matrix a 9 to 5. That's a blessing. There are certain times where even I enjoy what I do, but I'm more so crave my freedom instead. But and when I say freedom, I meant like financial freedom, to where I could travel around the world and do this and do that without any type of obligation. You know what I'm saying? But the current job I work at, I don't really mind it. It is what it is though. But some people, they actually love what they do, and other people, they don't love what they do. But regardless, even they love what they do, if they don't show up to their job, or if they don't perform well, or not even that, but if they get into trouble, they could lose their job. And with that, they lose their finances. So we're not really living life, we're just surviving. And some people may say it's not a big deal, which I get it, but what I'm saying is that, like, what I realized in this life, like, in order for you to actually get the things you want, you have to make sacrifices. It could be when it comes to finances. It gets complex because I'm not saying everyone has to relate, because everyone has a different soul mission. Everyone's meant for different things. So I'm not saying you have to work a job. These videos aren't about you have to work a 9 to 5. No, but it's more so these videos about sacrifices. So let's say, for example, like, so let's say this one person, right? This person loves to travel around the world. This person loves to be social and be around people like that, right? But since this person has to make sacrifice, but at the same time, this person wants financial freedom. This person wants to be successful when it comes to finances, to where they don't have to be obligated working for a job, or where they don't want finances to control them, to dictate how they want to live their life, right? So this person has dreams and aspirations to become financially free. And how is that person going to do that? By utilizing his God-given gifts, his passions, and talents to showcase to the world, to where he can attract the abundance and the type of financial wealth. Because everyone comes in this world with talents, God-given gifts, and people are in the right alignment when they take care of their physical health, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and they're in the right path. I do believe spirit will eventually reward these people with finances, so they could do what they want. At least I hope. I could be wrong. Maybe this realm isn't meant for you to just be financially free and to explore this earth and this realm. Maybe this reality is not about that. But like I said, depends on the person's karma. Because there are people who are actually financially free, but at the same time, you just never know what they go through. Maybe it comes at a cost. Maybe they experience a lot of mental health issues and all other crazy shit. You see these Masons and people that come from very fucked up bloodlines, they're wealthy, but a price is that, like, they come from evil bloodlines. But But again, this video is more so about making sacrifices. So without a doubt, in this reality, at least for most people, in order for them to get the things they want, they have to make sacrifices. So more than likely, you have to sacrifice. Well, it depends for each person, but at times for me, like there are times where I have to sacrifice certain relationships. There are certain times where I have to sacrifice not going out as much to have fun, like in bars and clubs. Even though I love doing that, like not only that, but like just to explore around different towns and making long drives. At times, I have to sacrifice from doing that so I could work on my physical health, my spiritual health, and work on my passions and the business I'm trying to run, my investments and my career and stuff like that in order for me to create or have opportunity to be financially free. You know what I'm saying? And then once I get to that level, I actually do the things I want to do, being financially free without any type of obligation, right? And a lot of people start to do that, but they do it in different ways because everyone has a different mission and they do it in unique ways. So this video is more so about making sacrifices. And unfortunately, sacrifice is not easy. It's easier said than done. But once you make the proper sacrifices, and even if you're in the right alignment, regardless, you're going to love what you do. So it's not going to matter as much. It's going to be hard at first, but it's not going to matter as much. So keep being on the right path. And once you continue, hopefully Spirit is going to reward you and you're able to do the things you want to do. It gets complex, but this video is more so about making sacrifices. Any successful story you hear, all these people always had to make a sacrifices. So know more about yourself, do a lot of soul searching, try new things, try different outlets, and obviously enjoy life. If you want, I'm not saying you don't have to party or go out, do that. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to success, it does require a certain amount of sacrifice. It does have to be socially or when it comes to relationships or even going out. It could be something in your life where you have to let go of that's harming you or that's holding you back. But that's all I gotta say. And like I said, every success requires sacrifice. And I don't mean this in a bad way. And it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be a good thing because if you make sacrifices, it can make you even more happy because now you can have less burdens controlling you. And now you're more mentally free. And more than likely, all the things with sacrifices you never even liked in the first place. You thought you did, but that's where you get your programming. But that's all I gotta say. And have a good one. And good luck to you. Peace.